Good evening. Please welcome to the business meeting of the Florence City Council. If we could please stand. We pray for the wisdom to make decisions that are beneficial to the people represented here. Empower us to speak honestly, reflect wisely, and vote with integrity. We seek your guidance tonight. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Wingo.
Present.
Ms. Chambers.
Here.
Mr. Wynn.
Here.
Ms. Whalen.
Here.
Mr. Snyder.
Here.
Ms. Cable.
Here.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
We have minutes of the business meeting for July 22nd, 2025. Is there a motion to approve?
So,
Ms. Whalen, second by Ms. Wingo. Any discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Any opposed? Next, we have ordinance 018-2025. This is an ordinance of the City of Florence, Kentucky, establishing a disability signage program. The purpose of this ordinance, 018-2025, is to establish policies and procedures for application review and installation of persons with disability area signs in residential areas within the City of Florence. The full text of ordinance 018-2025, including its exhibits, is available for examination in the office of the City Clerk, 8100 Ewing Boulevard, Florence, Kentucky, and the Florence Government Center during regular office hours. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Mr. Snyder, second by Mr. Wynn. Any discussion? This is the second reading. We did have this presented in caucus and had a first reading, so no further discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Wingo.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Mr. Wynn.
Yes.
Ms. Whalen.
Yes.
Mr. Snyder.
Yes.
Ms. Cable.
Yes.
Mayor, motion passes 6-0.
Next is discussion and possible action of a resolution R5-2025. This is a resolution authorizing the extension of agreement between the Kenton County Fiscal Court and the City of Florence, Kentucky for the purposes of providing senior services. Mr. Hunt, would you like to explain?
Sure. So this will be funds from the Kenton County's Mental Health and Aging Tax Fund. I looked at the formula sheet, and you wouldn't believe the Excel spreadsheet that they use to calculate this thing. It's about 10 pages long, and if you can make perfect sense of it, you're better than I can. But what I was able to ascertain out of there is that on an annual basis, Boone County has about 310 participants that go there. These aren't repeated. I'm sure they go there multiple times a year, but 310 unique, exactly. There's 135 people from Kenton County and 10 people from Campbell County. So they took that $135 number and then they applied it to the equation. That's how they came up with the funding source, but it'll be used for the programs that take place up there.
Any questions?
Couple.
Ms. Whalen?
So it says, the memo, that this is the first time Kenton County's been awarded funds for this purpose. Is it just the first time we've asked for funds?
This first time, to my knowledge, I asked Katie this morning if we ever received funds from Kenton County. She said no. So her and the Y teamed up and asked for those funds.
And so this is an extension of an existing agreement?
I don't know of any prior agreements. that
So what
took
your
place.
resolution says is that the existing agreement between Kenton County and the City of Florence will be extended. Even the information on here talks about it being an extension of an agreement between Kenton County and the City of Florence.
Tom, do you remember reviewing any other agreements?
Yes, there was a previous agreement, and that basically just allowed for the participants from other counties to participate
In
in
it.
our center.
Okay.
And this is just a formalization of that understanding between Kenton and Boone County, or in the City of Florence. They had never paid before, though, I don't believe. It was just, they were using the facility, the seniors were.
Yeah, looking at that Excel spreadsheet, there was no funding from Kenton County last fiscal year. They had
Correct.
district, Boone County, of course, but nothing from Kenton County.
That is correct.
But there's an agreement that's been in place for a while between Kenton County and the City of Florence for the senior center?
Yes, that's what I was told by Kenton County, yes.
But we haven't seen it. I don't remember it, which is what I'm saying.
I haven't.
So if, it would be good to see something if we're actually offering to extend it
And
what it is it says that we're extending, other than the fact that they're giving us money.
I will follow up and ask them for a copy of the written agreement. If there's no written agreement, then it's simply an oral agreement and understanding with Kenton County. So I'll check into that.
And then Campbell County also has people attending our senior center?
10, they said 10, but there is no formalized funding that's ever came from Campbell County. They did apply. There's also 14 people from various other counties, but it didn't identify what those counties were.
I guess I really wasn't aware that they were inter-county facilities. I guess I thought because County had their own senior centers,
Sure.
Boone County had their own senior centers, that was where residents, when they show ID, were supposed to primarily go. So that was why I was confused.
I was surprised as well. I guess we get a lot of Erlanger,
Ellesmere.
Ellesmere,
Yeah.
right on that border there
Yeah,
that
there's
come over.
actually an Ellesmere Senior Center down there. I
Oh, is
mean,
there?
one right there in the middle of Ellesmere, so.
I don't know. maybe
I know ours is the best, but beyond
yeah.
It
that.
is the best.
So, yeah, if we could find out if there's an agreement, what it is we're agreeing to extend would be really helpful.
Just for discussion purposes, is there any objection to us receiving this free money from Kenton County?
Well, it says here that Kenton County, or that the people from the Y are going to be responsible for filling all of the paperwork out,
Correct.
because they want client name and type of service that the client got, and how many times they were provided service, and where they currently live. So it seems like it comes with an awful lot of paperwork. Do the YMCA people do the same type of paperwork for the Florence resident or Boone County residents
believe
that come?
so.
They do, and they look pretty similar from what I remember reviewing.
But that doesn't put any additional work on our staff. It's the Y itself that's doing all of that.
Not our staff, just the Y, correct.
Thank you.
So we will have that information for our next meeting. All right. The mayor's report, we had the Florence Aquatic
Are
Center.
we going to pass the resolution?
Didn't you want more information before we did? I just thought maybe, I mean,
Okay.
it's up to you.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank
There's
you.
no big hurry on it, so
Okay.
it's fine.
Appreciate that, thank you.
The Florence Aquatic Center is open weekends through Labor Day, Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 7. And I just wanted to share a little bit. We are nearing the end of another successful pool season, which will wrap up on Labor Day, September 1st. We are proud to have welcomed thousands of visitors this summer to enjoy a safe, clean, and family-friendly environment. Recently, it was brought to our attention that there were some Facebook comments, and we did receive some phone calls concerning infection at the Aquatic Center. This infection was not reported to the City of Florence or the pool management. It was just posted online. Out of an abundance of caution, our pool management did contact the Northern Kentucky Health Department to investigate, and the Health Department did not find any concerns regarding the facility's safety or sanitation. And so, just to reassure everyone, we do remain committed to providing a safe and enjoyable experience for all guests and look forward to welcoming you back for our final weeks of the season. If there's ever a question or a concern, please do your best to bring that forward, and we would hope to address that before it does make for some interesting social media posts that are not factually verified. Next is on Saturday, August 23rd, the rededication ceremony of the Boone County Veterans Memorial will take place here at our Government Center campus. The ceremony will start at 10 a.m. And for more information, you can contact the Administration Department at 859-647-8177. On Saturday, August 30th, come out to the World of Golf, which is at 7400 Woods Point Drive, for a mini golf tournament and concert. The tournament runs from 4:30 until 7 p.m., followed by live music from the What About Jane Band beginning at 7 p.m. Our neighborhood night out is Tuesday, September 9th from 5 to 7 at Lincoln Woods Park. We're going to hope we don't get rained out this time. We enjoy and food and connect with city officials and staff. We welcome everyone to Lincoln Woods to do that. And for more information, again, contact the Administration Department at 859-647-8177. It's never too early to start planning for our Arbor Day. celebrate Arbor Day with us on Saturday, September 20th, beginning at 10 a.m. at the Florence Government Center. For details, please contact the Public Services Department at 859-647-5416. Is there anyone in council who desires recognition?
I would.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Chief Mallory and his staff. They put some information out on our website regarding motorized scooters, motorized bikes. Those guys somebody's going to get hurt, and I know that he's put some information, some safety information on that, and I know also they're going to try to maybe get some information to the schools too, but I just want to thank you for doing that.
Anyone else? Ms. Whalen?
On August the 3rd, there was a posting on the mayor's Facebook page talking about the city entering into an agreement with, about water service and sewer septic line breakdowns. And that was the first thing, I guess, that we saw. Last week, we got a letter in the mail on city letterhead providing information for Florence homeowners about the insurance that's being offered and the partnership that we have. For anybody that doesn't see the Facebook post, I guess it would be really helpful if we could have more information about this for people who got this letter in the mail that appears or did come from the city, and what our relationship is with this company and why we are promoting it.
Eric, would you like to speak to that?
Sure. So to tell you a little bit about the program, and then I'll circle back to the information in regards to how things went out. So we, probably for the last 5 years, it all started with, we started getting calls from the community about receiving things in the mail that says, hey, there's this insurance available to protect your private lines, water, sewer. And there were just, citizens were concerned, and they were asking us, is this safe to do? Well, at that point, we started basically vetting the ones we were seeing, and also just trying to see if we wanted to get behind a particular program. I'll let you know what that means in a second. So at that time, there wasn't a whole lot of support from some major agencies. For example, the Kentucky League of Cities, the National League of Cities, the Kentucky Rural Water, these big players that investigate and vet and make sure that the individuals that are doing this are doing it at the level that's expected. Within the last year or so, those three players have all got on board with this particular group, HomeServe, that has gone out to the community. So once that happened, we started talking to some other municipalities that are already partnering. For example, all of Louisville Water Company. We met with those that run that program out there. There's about, 60, 70,000 customers there that are playing a part of this. You've got the City of Walton is currently doing it, City of Fort Mitchell, City of Ellesmere, and several others are currently partnering with this group that we now are. So what it means and what it looks like is there are three categories that our community, if they so choose to participate, completely voluntary, is there's a water line program, which is from the meter. So our responsibility, as most of you know, you got the main, there's a piece that connects the main to our meter. That's where our responsibility stops. When it leaves the meter and goes into the house, that is private. That is what this insurance is for. So that first one, we call it the exterior water service line plan. It's $5.75 per month. And that covers you for a break or something that happens along that line. There's the same for sewer. And then you have, the sewer line is $7.75 per month, and then there's an interior plumbing and drainage plan, which is inside the house plumbing, and that's $9.99 per month. So that is kind of the cost of some of the things. I will get you guys more information. We started looking at this, and I don't know what you've seen and what you haven't, but started drafting some things. Doesn't sound like much. Early in April, and I will take the blame in terms of how that ball got dropped and you guys not having that in front of you. You shouldn't have to find out on social media prior to hearing it from us. So I apologize for that. We will get you more information on that. One other piece of this, for those that do sign up, we do get 10 cents for every individual that does that, so we can apply those funds to other things within the community as it's related to water and/or sewer. Tom Nienaber has been in this process the whole time. He's reviewed every piece of this and made sure that you were protected from that perspective as well.
Any other questions?
I
Ms.
I was going
Chambers?
to ask the same question today. Can you, do you have any examples of what a person is dealing with whenever they have a break? The type of financial strain that that puts on people that you've seen? And then do you know if this company comes out and checks your lines before they insure you, or are they just automatically insuring everyone?
They don't. So this program, there are no pre-inspections, but you cannot have an existing condition. So you can't, your water line's broke right now and you have a leak, I'm going to call this company, sign up, and that will not qualify if you have a pre-existing condition, which is pretty common with any type of insurance. They're probably not going to insure you if you already have the problem. The other thing is if you are in a, we got a few of these in the city, just met with one this week. If you're in an area where there's one building, but it has multiple units in it, that would not qualify. So, and this is only residential, unless somebody was going to ask about businesses as well. So this is applicable to residential property, single family, have one line, 1 meter, goes directly to their home. The other thing I should have mentioned here, our only part in this is allowing them to use our logo to make it more legit and make those that are receiving it comfortable about moving forward with it. They know we vetted it and we support the program, but that is our only, we don't do, it's all handled through HomeServe. They use local contractors. So we've helped give them a list of some ones, but they also utilize them. To your question, trying to make sure I cover all your stuff, Leslie. But a repair or replacement of a line could cost anywhere from, depending on if you're into pavement, anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 to fix one, and some in this room maybe have had to experience that before. So if you're in an older, I just met with somebody I've known for a long time. She came up to me and said, should I do this? I said, how old's your line? She says, we've been in our home for 50 years. I said, have you ever done anything with it? And she said, nope. I said, if it was me, I'd do it. So I think it just comes down to, you know, kind of what position you're in. Are you in a newer home and your line's not that old? Maybe you can not do it, but that's the advice I gave that individual.
Leslie, I'd speak to that. So on my street, I think there's 14 houses. 9 have already had water line problems because something to do with the age of our home and the type of plumbing that they used at that point in time was subject to breaks. It was the type of pipe that they used. And Eric's right, it's cost them between $3,000 and $7,000 every person. Some do it themselves, which I don't know how they dig like 6 feet trenches themselves, but
They have good people that they know that can help them.
yeah. One was just my neighbor doing it. But, yeah, I've had this service before we even entered into this with the city. I had looked into it because my neighbors said, hey, if you haven't had a water break, your odds aren't real good on our street, so you might want to get this insurance. So,
Do we foresee any issues with the other insurance companies that are out there, with us partnering specifically with one or promoting just one, when we get into discussions with like AHS and the different ones that are offering this kind of stuff?
you don't have an exclusive with this company, correct?
No.
The condos that are at the end of my street, the condo owners
We've met with them, yeah.
have an issue that has been going on for years where water mains have broken. And the entire HOA has been made to up their monthly payment to cover the cost of those lines. So when they were installed by the developer at the time, were they plastic pipe? Is that what they are?
They were, well, we know actually quite a bit about this thanks to a meeting Angie set up. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we met with them yesterday, the actual president of the board and 2 others, and they have a big problem. They've invested up to about $1 million
been going on for
their
years.
unit so far. And from what they're telling us, I mean, these lines were installed in '99, I believe is what they stated. And there was a particular pipe, copper pipe, that they're saying was from China.
My home is from 99.
Yeah.
It's the same type
Yeah.
of pipe.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
can guarantee you.
And so, and obviously that type of pipe is no longer allowed to be put in the ground, but at that time it was, and they're just seeing a lot of problems due to that. So we're trying to help them where we can, but they've done a good job, and we've done some things for them. We've got a portal. I'll get out in front of this one right now. So we've got a portal that's coming. You will learn more about it. The whole community's going to get this. But through working through our financial software, and Aquahawk is this program, we're going to be pushing out this portal, which will allow customers to really watch their usage, get alerts. If they're out of town, they can mark it that they're out of town and no water should be coming through. They can get a text, an email, a call, letting them know water's running through their line. They're really going to be able to set, say, you don't want to spend any more than this amount in any given quarter. You can set that amount, and once you get close or you reach it, you'll get that text, that alert, so you can conserve water on your end if you need to. So this program's getting ready to come out. We've had it for a bit. It's just taken us some time to work through the financial piece to make sure people's bills are what they should be, and incorporating all the different components that make that up. But I guess where I'm going with this is we've allowed 3 people in the city to have access to this portal solely to monitor what's happening within their system. They're not going to use it for billing. And Tom Nicodemus, I believe was his name, we gave him access about a year and a half ago to actually monitor what's happening out there so they can strategically go after these leaks in their unit. So we've been trying to work with them for a while. We train them on that. So we're doing some things, but it's going to be pretty exciting once this rolls out. I think the community's going to really like it. So
Is finance still doing the notifications if they see an excessive amount of usage like they used to?
we do, yeah.
I mean, that's how I found out.
Yep. We still do that. so,
My water bill was
Yeah.
really high.
Yep. If your water runs for a particular period of time, nonstop, then you will get a note from us letting you know that you got a leak.
Well, my last comment on this is I would encourage you to check with your homeowner's insurance as well. I found out in changing insurance companies that I do have leak protection for this type of thing in my homeowner's insurance. And so some people may already have the coverage and not need to buy additional, so it's worth asking the question.
Great point. Anyone else on council desire recognition? Ms. Cable?
I just wanted to thank Eric Hall and Josh Hunt and the mayor for taking time to speak with them yesterday for me. And I did have a question, if we had an idea for the TID board director position and what we're looking at in regards to the TID board.
Yeah, so we just ended our search for the TID project manager. So that's step one, get that in place, get that individual up to speed, and then at that point, we'll start moving forward with establishing the board itself. So that's all coming. We got about, I believe, 33 applications. I'm not going to settle. So if they don't have the experience or they're not the right person for the job, then we will put this back out until we find the right person. So as it stands right now, the primary individual in Ohio that set up multiple TIDs there, because they've been doing it for years, he has reached out to me. Well, I sent him something, and a couple months went by, and now he's reached out to me because he knows we're serious. And we got a meeting scheduled with him next week or the following week to pick his brain a little bit. So that's probably the next step at this point, to see what are we not thinking about, what do we not know, what worked in these areas, what didn't, what are those roadblocks, those challenges, really trying to make sure we get this thing off the ground the right way. So that's where we're at.
Anyone else? Any department heads? Anyone in the audience desire recognition? Mr. Leach?
Is this on? Okay, great. Two things. Last week, I had a incident at La Rosa's Pizza. I passed out while trying to eat, and the ambulance was called. I wanted to thank the emergency people that came out and essentially came to and was fine after that. I think when I gave blood, I should have ate quicker than I did, is why it happened. But either way, I'm fine now. The assassins once again have failed. That's a joke for those of you who are humor impaired. But I want to say thank you to those EMTs that did come out at this point, okay? Now, on another note, it's funny that you bring up plumbing because it cost me nearly $20,000 this summer to fix a sewer issue because clay pipe was used and the trees grew into it, and needless to say, caused it to back up in my basement. It was ugly, it was nasty, and my insurance company only paid about $3,000 of that $20,000. So you can imagine how much that's going to cost a homeowner that has issues, all right? Lastly, I talked to Ms. Chambers about it a little bit, but it seems that the good neighbor policy notes are gone from the website. It's very hard to decipher the legalese on what you're supposed to have your house standards to. Unless you're, of course, Mr. Neighbor, he probably understands it line and verse. But for those of us who are just average people, it would be nice to have those good neighbor standards back so that we can see what we're supposed to do. For example, trailers having to be on cement when they're on the side of the house or behind the house. It would be nice to be able to know those standards, be able to find them quickly and easily, and have them explained in plain verbiage on the website like they used to be. That way, those of us that are having inspectors come by, we at least know what our house is supposed to look like and what we're violating or what we're not violating, as the case may be. Just a thought. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I'm going to say I agree with Mr. Leach on that. I know when I first bought my home, that it was nice to be able to go to the website and there was like just bullet points of like, this is how your yard is supposed to be, this, like, things that as a new homeowner I wouldn't have not known. So definitely agree with that.
Thank you. Do you need a motion to go into closed session pursuant to KRS 61.8101C, litigation proposed or pending against or behalf on the city? Is there a motion to approve? Mr. Nguyen?
Second.
Second by Mr. Schneider. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We will go to the caucus room for the closed session, and then we will return to this room for adjournment. We do not anticipate any further business when we return. Thank you. Thank you all for coming.